a question arose on Ask the Chivalry as to what people use pell work for. Okay, I use pell work primarily for body mechanics. I also use it for targeting, a little bit for footwork, and a little bit for timing. I believe that you should do about a third of your pell work slow, about a third of your pell work at half speed, and about a third of your pell work at 3/4 speed. You do very little pell work at full speed. You don't need to go 100% in training at any time, especially with the pell. So I do a few warm-ups like this. It's basically an Indian club exercise, but I do it with my basket-hilted broadsword with a steel basket hilt on it, which is basically a long Indian club. It's not quite heavy enough to be a mace, although I can do some mace exercises with it, like this one, like this one. Indian clubs, by the way, I have a pair of 1 pound Indian clubs that I like to use to keep my shoulders loose and reduce shoulder pain. I get a lot of shoulder pain from my workouts, and so I've been having to find ways to deal with that. So first of all, I set my pell up for, instead of a 1 through 6 drill, a 1 through 8 drill, with a target right above my knee, target right about my hip, target right about my ribs, and a target right about my head. So the first thing that I do with pell work is I'm going to do it slow. What I'll do is I'll do the right side of the target. Using teardrop returns, and now I'm going to do it with an overhead return from a hanging Okay. The main thing that I do with pell work every day is I do a 100 strikes. It's like I started a century drill about 3 years ago, and then I just kept doing it. Along with my push-ups and my squats, 100 strikes on the pell is something that I do every single day, and I haven't missed a day of any of those in over 3 years. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is about the half speed that I normally like to use, a 1 through 6 drill, or at least the start of a 1 through 6 drill, except it's going to be a 1 through 8 drill. And I'm going to start with the leg shove. And the idea with that is, it's a little slower than half speed. The idea with that is that I make sure to keep my hips and my shoulders through my core connected as I'm doing that shot. I teach my trainees to break down the left side, left side shot into 2 beats, or actually 3. When they're training for it. And a lot of times I'll do that on my pell. So for instance, I'll go 1, 2, 3. Thank Duke Stephen of Bellatrix for working that drill into me, right? So it's, although he was still an unbelted fighter at the time, Stephen was somebody to listen to. Has always been somebody to listen to. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I want to get this cock, right, because if I get this cock, I get a lot of power. Now, if I go full speed or close to full speed, and here it is at 3/4 speed, I'm not going to make it 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make it 1, 2. It's going to be, right? But you saw that part of my return was that curl before I threw the second shot. Now I can do it, I will also do it, instead of doing that method, I'll also do the Jindy method sometimes, because it's a little faster and changes the angle, but it's not quite as powerful. That requires the OK grip, and I do this. Right? That's where I tighten my pinky finger for the onside shot. I tighten my middle finger and raise my hand up for the offside shot. And because of the balance on this sword, which is a little closer to the hilt than a regular Bellatrix sword would be, it's going to carry that momentum that way. Right. So now I'm going to do the last part of the drill, and I'm going to do it really slowly. I'm going to do it with footwork now, because I like doing this part with footwork. And the fade. Oops, wrong one. You saw, I blew it. I hit the wrong target once. That's what I do sometimes when I'm worrying so much about a camera being on me. Right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my whole drill. The 1 through 8 drill adds up to well over 100 strikes. So now I'm just going to do the 1 through 8 drill, the whole thing, and I'll call that a day. That'll be my 100 strikes for today. And I'm going to start out in a high open Bellatrix guard instead of a hanging guard. And that's it. Probably a little faster than I intended it. Definitely missed my targeting on a couple places. Definitely lost my footwork on a couple places. So it tells me I need to slow it down and do it a little more carefully. All right, that's it for today. I hope that this was entertaining and informative. Go Bears.